Hello, and after a long break, welcome to another tutorial from Prime TV. Recently, we decided to move our PrimeReact templates, application templates, from Create React app to Next.js. And the first one is Sakai, our open source and free admin template. It's based on one of my favorite games, Ghost of Tsushima. The main character's name is Jin Sakai, so the name is derived from there. So Sakai was based on Create React app template. Now we have ported that to Next.js. So in this tutorial, I would like to show you how you can integrate Sakai to your existing application, existing Next.js application, because along the way, we've also made some substantial changes so that it can be very easy, and it should be very easy to include Sakai in your existing application. So let's start. This is my next app. This is the boilerplate Next.js. So this is what happens. This is what you get when you run my next app. Here it is the boilerplate Next.js. So I will move this to right side, and on the left side I have Sakai. Let's run it. And let's see, we should get Sakai. So Sakai is design agnostic. We have a dashboard, a nice looking menu with different modes, with overlay, static. Various demos from PrimeReact. And also a couple of pages like login, authentication, and things like that you may use. These are optional. And as I mentioned, it is design agnostic. So when you switch to PrimeReact theme, then you will get everything will switch based on the same design. So this is, for example, you can use it with material design. You can use it with Bootstrap, material dark, and things like that, thanks to the usage of CSS variables. So assume that you're using the PrimeReact templates like these buttons and tables. And the main colors are also used, the same design elements, the tokens are also used in the actual template as well, so that you get a unified look. So the question is how we can integrate the Sakai in our existing application. Okay, so the first thing first, let's go through Sakai. The demo stuff is packaged under demo folder. So if the folder has a demo name, you can just ignore it. The main required files are the layout folder. So this is where the actual layout files like menu, top bar, and sidebar is located. So I first need to move this. And then at the styles, you can see that the demo folder has like flags and badges and things like that. But the layout contains the actual SCSS implementation of the main layout. So let's move it to our styles. That's it. And let's open the package.json. I, of course, need PrimeReact, Prime Icons, and Prime Flex. So I will install these three. Let's see if I need something else. React Transition Group will help because PrimeReact uses it for animations. And I think that should be it. Let's run npm install. Let's check if we have forgotten something. Okay. And so we have moved the actual layout JavaScript implementation and also the styles. So let's go to the public if there's something here. It's mostly resources like the logo. Of course, you will. It's likely that you will replace it, and theme images as well. These are required if you like to dynamically switch the theme. If you don't, you don't need it. For example, these are used in demos. If you're just going to stick to one theme, you can just use it and use the import statement and edit your app.js. Speaking of app.js, first we need to have a document. So what this does is that it includes the theme file, and that's it. It's a custom document. As I mentioned, if you're going to stick to one theme, and you can just import it using app.js. And app.js is where things happen, where the magic happens. So this is your application, right? So I'm just commenting this out in the boilerplate. So this is the context of layout provider, and the layout component. Plus I need some resources like these. So these are the PrimeReact core CSS, Prime Flex for CSS utilities, and Prime icons, plus the styles of the layout. So this is the main context, layout context, so that it's mainly used to communicate between top bar and sidebar. The layout subcomponents use it for communication. Of course, you can also use it in your application as well. Layout is the actual layout implementation. PrimeReact resources and layout SCSS file here. So I would assume that you will have a lot of going on in your application, like maybe authentication, state management, things like that. What we are interested is the rendering part. So what you're returning should be like this one. This is the best practice suggested in Next.js implementation, so that you have a layout here, the layout provider, which is our context, and our layout. So you put your components inside of this part, so that the sidebar will be fixed, top bar, there will be fixed pages, fixed sections, and your pages, the routes, since Next.js uses file-based routing, so your pages will just go inside this section. This part is in case you would like to use your custom layout. For example, remember that landing page? We have a landing page, for example, this one. So this page doesn't use sidebar or top bar, it's a custom, so it just doesn't need the layout. So if you go to the landing page, you will see that it implements landing page get layout, so that it just returns the page with app config here, so that you can just change things. Okay, so in summary, if you'd like some of your pages not to use the main layout, like login, landing, other pages, error pages, you can just implement the get layout function and return your content. If there's no get layout function, by default, all your pages will be inside this menu. Okay, so let's check if we are on the right track. So we have moved the styles, we have the document, app, the layout folder here, and let's go to the index. This is our page. I was just creating a sample. Welcome to my Sakai app. npm run dev. Let's see if we have omitted to include SAS in our application. If you already have this, you can just skip it. Because I'm including layout files as SAS, as you can see here. These are SCSS files, so I need to include SAS compiler. npm run dev looks good. Okay, something is missing. It works. The welcome to my Sakai app is here, but there seems to be an issue with the paths. Let's see what's missing. Okay, theme CSS and things like that are missing. Let's go to the next config. Because in the document, let's say the main page is not missing, so it says the context path, it's derived from the public runtime. So let's open netconfig, and you can see that there's this base path and the public runtime config. So base path is, for example, if it's production, we are deploying to your whatever you are deploying to, in case there's a sub domain like this, or my Sakai app. You can just leave it as it is as well. And for example, like this, you can just omit this. This is for demo purposes. Okay, so what we are doing here is that in case you are deploying to a subdomain, we suggest adding a context path implementation, so that this is mainly used when prepending the subdomain in the links. So that would be it, I guess. Let's run it. In your end, if you're not going to deploy it to a subdomain, you can just ignore it and just leave it as it is. Okay, welcome to my Sakai app. And now your application works. Of course, you need to go to the app menu, change your menu, create your own menu, and then you will have a nice looking layout with different functionality, with overlays and things like that, with dark mode built-in ripples and things like that. Okay, Sakai is available at Prime Faces repository, organization repository, and hope you like it. Please, we would like to hear your feedback, because we are going to use Sakai as our base for our future templates. We will be migrating all our templates, along the way adding new demos and updating the visuals as well. But we are migrating all our templates from Create React App to Sakai, and Create React App to Next.js, and Sakai is the first one. Hope you found this tutorial useful. See you on the next one. Thank you.